Hi. As it was said, my name is Jeff Poirot, and my father and mother, of course, Jim and Peggy Poirot. Growing up as a member of the Poirot household was always something interesting. When other kids brought turtles and fish and pictures of Disneyland to their show and tells at school, instead I brought the computer science show and tell book with circuit boards and this new thing called a 5 1/4 inch floppy disk that was going to change our storage needs for many years to come. And it was something in which, over the years, my parents impressed upon myself and my sister, and in turn our nephew Steve, and a number of things. One of the first things that they always impressed upon us was the idea of the importance of education. It's always been something important for my parents. And whereas God blessed my father and mother both with mathematical abilities that still astound me, that was not passed on to me. Much of the gray hair you see that my father has is what he got as a result of trying to work with me on algebra, geometry, and all the other stuff, as well as my sister Pam. But education was always something which was very important to us as a family, and it was something which was not only seen as being something which could take place in the classroom, but something which also could take place in various locations and in various situations. I can remember early on in which oftentimes my dad would bring us around if he was able to, and sometimes when he was traveling for business. I can remember many conferences of NECC, going to those conferences. I can remember going off to in Switzerland and various places like that, to the Caribbean for the Caribbean Education Commuting Conference. And as exotic as many of those locales may sound, they were always moments both for education, for learning for us as a family. My dad would always make sure that no matter what meetings or things that he would have going on during the day, and he would always try and come back, and as my mom would kind of try and corral my sister and I together, we would oftentimes still spend meals together, and then we would oftentimes do things together still as a family. It was something which he always impressed upon us was the importance of family time together, the importance of education in perhaps various locations, and also the idea of service. I think something which both my sister and I probably remember well, if you had any of those various packets at any of the conferences, a lot of those were oftentimes stuffed by the family. There were even a couple of times where I think Mom and I, and maybe even Pam, were helping with registration at one of the conferences, which was oftentimes very interesting. But it was an idea that we understood that this was part of being family, is that as family, you came together for all the important moments of life when we face things together, both as the various times my parents would have things going on with both my dad's work and my mother's. When things would happen with family, it was always something which we knew family was something that was important and something we stuck together. It's been impressed to us as well. And so I think it's a great blessing that we actually have some of our family here with us this evening. And sorry, I stepped out at the beginning to go to the bathroom, so I'm not sure if they were introduced. Okay, just checking. That never happens at church, because it doesn't start until I get there. But we have together, of course, tonight, of course, you all know my mom and dad, Jim and Peggy Poirot. We have my sister, Pamela Ingram, and her son, Stephen Ingram. If I can get you all both to stand up. We have my dad's brother and sister-in-law, my godparents, Jean and Pat Poirot. We also have some good friends of my parents who have been friends with them for quite a number of years. Ed and Patty Lux, who actually live in Georgetown right now. And earlier, although he had to depart kind of quickly, we had Michael Schrader, who is actually my cousin and was here just a little bit ago, but he had to head back to Dell, working with them. But it's something which together as a family we always try and celebrate. We remember the important moments. We remember all of these times as a family, and there are things and reasons to celebrate. And so I would hope that for all of y'all this evening, as you look at this time, that perhaps in a small way, we all come to understand that through people who give of themselves, as all of you do as educators, and as my parents have done over the years, that I think all of these things are gifts to all of us to cherish. The importance of education, the importance of our families, the importance of us as a people celebrating these moments. So if anything, Mom and Dad, a real heartfelt congratulations for myself. You both, whether you know it or not, are both people that both Pam and I and Stephen have always looked up to. You challenge us as your kids to be the best that we can. We challenge us, and you show us an example that we hope to live up to. And we look forward to continuing to try and live up to the wonderful example that you've set for us and for so many people that you've educated over the years. So, Mom and Dad, a very heartfelt thank you for myself and Pam, and we look forward to many years together with y'all as you continue to be great examples to us and so many other people. Thank you.
Jim, come up and stand. Now, one of the things that we always have to do as part of these ceremonies is to give recognition. And there's never, through an award, simply recognition that you can do within it. There's only the momentum and the memories of the occasion. So on behalf of everyone here, which are friends, family, colleagues, etc., 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 all those that have sent warm wishes and such as that, it's a small momentum, and on it says, for distinguished research and service. And we present that to you. Now, with this, and we've said this before, and it's been mentioned by everyone tonight, that with Pam, or with Jim is Peggy. So Peggy, if Pam and Jeff and Stephen will bring you up, we'd like you to come up here. We do this, and we'll get a chance for pictures later. But I do it at this point because I know the connection, and I know that this part of the award is also a family award. So thank y'all both. Thanks to the family too. And Jen, I'm going to have you stay up here.
Oh gosh, you never put a prof, whether they're retired or not, in front of a podium and not expect to hear them, I guess. So, Aaron, come in. Our young friends from, some of you know Denny Ingalls in the college vet. Well, he couldn't make it, but one of Jeff's close friends, an Eagle Scout compatriot, and my own family came in. So please come in. There are always so many people to say thanks to, and certainly